Hi there, my name's Chantal Esposito. My background's in banking. I've been in banking for some time now, but it certainly wasn't the job I wanted when I left school. I didn't really know what I wanted to do when I left school, but I know I didn't want to work for somebody else forever. Fell into a job at 18 and fast realised that working for someone else isn't what I wanted to do at all in the slightest, and fast became quite suffocated by the concept of it all. I started to look for a way out, and in my early 20s started to look to open a conventional business, but without lots and lots of money and lots of marketing, I really didn't know how to make it successful, and unfortunately it flopped. I've since worked in the corporate world still and haven't found what I wanted to do, but still held out all the hope in the world and carried on looking for what I wanted, and just didn't know where to turn. Back in August of this year, I found Forever and the amazing opportunity I'm about to walk you through. So, as the slide says there, you can't change your life if you don't change your thinking. Please do keep an open mind as you look through these slides, and we'll be able to go through the opportunity in full. So, I think it's fair to say we all face challenges these days. You may have to work longer hours, maybe not getting paid for all the hours that you're working. Maybe feeling a bit guilty if you take a lunch break. You may have longer commutes. They often call the M25 a car park these days, and more people seem to be sitting in traffic. I know for the day job I currently have, I have to sit in traffic sometimes for 45 minutes for a 15-minute journey to go to a job that I don't even like, don't even want to be there. Lack of job security. Well, that's probably the only time I've actually seen those two words together, job and security, in some time. You just don't seem to get it anymore. More and more people are being made redundant these days. And pension options, that's a big challenge at the moment. I know the thought of being 65 for me has always been quite frightening, because I genuinely don't know what I'd do. I don't want to spend the latter years of my life having to worry about being in poverty. So even though we do face those challenges, we all still have needs. We want a lifestyle. We might want some more time to travel and see the world that's all around us. We're here for about 80 to 100 years. We don't want to be strapped to a desk all our lives or doing something we don't want to be. We may need financial independence. Being debt-free is a big dream for lots and lots of people. We may need a new way of working. You may want to be your own boss. For me, that is something, as I've said, is a real passion of mine. I don't want someone to tell me when I can go to the toilet or when I can go and get a cup of tea or go for my lunch. You may want success, recognition. That means lots of different things for lots of different people. For me, in my experience, it means they recognise if I've walked in 5 minutes late, not recognising when I've walked in half an hour early. And health. I think it's all fair to say that we all want to live a long and healthy, happy life. So what is Forever? Well, the man you can see on your screen right now is Rex Morn. He founded our company some 35 years ago. It is a USA-based business based on very family values. We do have an experienced management team in place today that is based on those family values. And I've worked for many companies, and in not one of their mission statements have I seen that word there, fun. I don't know how many mission statements I've seen in my time, but certainly none of them actually had the word fun in it. So, what is Forever? We're now based in over 150 countries all around the world. We have a global turnover of $2.6 billion. We have over $1.5 billion worth of assets, and what that means is that in each one of those 150 countries, Rex goes and buys for cash a head office building, and that underpins the business, that $1.5 billion worth of assets. We are a cash-rich and debt-free company. I don't tell you these figures to brag or try and impress you. It's just to show you that we are rock solid and we are not going anywhere. This sales chart here, I always was a fan of business studies, and I've seen many sales charts in my life, and not once have I seen one where the sales graph goes only in one direction from when the company was founded. We are recession proof, and in fact we do a hell of a lot better in recession than any other time. A little bit closer to home, this is our head office in Longbridge Manor. Been in the UK since 1993. We now have sales of in excess of 40 million. There's our head office, just outside of Warwick. Beautiful grade listed building. Any of our distributors are able to pop down to head office just to say hello to the staff and maybe have a cup of tea. Everyone's very welcoming over there. But the biggest thing that I like about this slide is the banner across the bottom. Now, I'm a real believer in people. I love people. I'm very people orientated, and Forever has the Investor in People award. Now, what that means is that the Investor in People body have gone into Forever to see how it treats and trains and supports the people within its organisation. Many companies pay millions of dollars and spend years trying to get this accreditation, and Forever achieved it in just 12 weeks. We re-accredit that every 12 months. Not only now are we gold accredited with the IIP, but we're also champions, and that means that other companies come to Forever to see how we do invest in our people and how we do support and train them so they can base their model the same. And that little one there, the DSA, we're not a direct selling company, but we are members of the Direct Selling Association, and our managing director in the UK here, Bob Parker, does sit on that board and has done for the last 10 years. And as I say, we're not a direct selling company, but we do adhere to their code of conduct. So I think it's fair to say that the company sounds great, it's rock solid, it's not going anywhere, but a company's only ever as good as its products. Now, our product range for me is second to none, and you may think, well, I'm going to say that, and I probably can, but I can hand on heart say that I believe our products are the best on the market. So why Forever products? Well, we're the world's #1 grower of cultivated aloe vera. We harvest over 85% of the world's aloe vera, and there's only one part of that plant you can use for medicinal purposes, which is the inner gel. Now, most of our range is based on aloe vera for the medicinal purposes. We do have a very large bee range. We don't collect large bees, but we do have their products. Aloe vera has many medicinal properties, so our whole range is based on aloe vera, and we only use the inner leaf of the gel, because that's where all the good stuff is. We have a patented stabilisation process, which means that because aloe vera is a plant, when you cut it open, it will oxidise and die. So we add some natural ingredients to our aloe to sustain it, and so it just gives it a shelf life. I can hand on heart say we do have the most superior quality product range, and so I have no problem in recommending them to my friends and family. We can't possibly know everything about aloe vera, or in fact about any problems that people may experience. So we do have an advisory board. There is Dr. Peter Atherton, who's a GP, qualified GP, and practiced as a GP for some time. Dawn Parker, who is our beauty and nutritionist, and David Urch. Now, we don't test on animals, but many animals do get benefit from our products, and so David Urch is there to help us with our furry friends. Our products have many seals of approval. So again, this just reinforces our ability to recommend these products and know that they are the best and they are fit for everybody. For instance, they do have the kosher, halal and the Islamic seal of approval, so we know that we can recommend them to absolutely anybody and everybody from all walks of life. They do have the Aloe Science Council seal, and we do have to get that every single year. As I said, our animals in the world can use our products. We don't test on animals. Of course, which is why we've got our bunny ears to prove that we're cruelty free. And most importantly for me, when I first started out with a product range I didn't know very much about, is the unconditional 60-day money back guarantee. Now, I don't know many companies that offer that for a start, and you could use our products and return them empty if you like, and they would get their money back straight away. Now, I don't know many companies that would last 35 weeks, let alone 35 years, with a 60-day money-back guarantee. Now, what sectors could we operate in? Well, the avenues for this is absolutely so huge, because there's lots of different people that might just want to use one particular sector. For instance, beauty therapists may want just to stay in beauty and personal care. But we've got so many, from weight management, animal care, nutritional supplements, sports and mobility, as I've said about beauty, and in fact personal care. So you may be thinking, who buys them? Well, everybody that you know is a potential customer. We say from the nursery to the nursing home. It's absolutely something for everybody. And when I first started this business, I loved products. I absolutely loved products, and I was a bit of a label freak. But I asked myself, would I use them myself? And I most definitely would. I do. I use them every single day. And the best way to start getting the use from them is with our evaluation pack. Now, the company put this together as a way to be able to start using the products and get benefit from our top selling items, and to have lots of useful literature on hand to help you start building your business. Now, there's several different products in the pack there, but I'm just going to talk to you about my three favourite. I could talk about them all because I do love them all, but I'd bore you to death. I'm sure you'd switch off this video. So the one there in that picture that's in the yellow bottle, that's one of my favourites because I'm a chronic sufferer of irritable bowel syndrome. And that there is just the inner leaf of the plant, so with a bit of the extra stabilisation process. So I drink that every single day without fail, and it seriously really alleviates so many of my irritable bowel syndrome symptoms. We don't profess it's going to help absolutely everybody. It does help a hell of a lot of people, but this is why we give the money back guarantee. So I have lots of friends also with stomach problems that do get benefit from this, but it's not just my tummy that I have benefit from this. It helps with my hair growth, my nails, my sleeping. I have so much more energy, and it's just fantastic, really. My second favourite on there is our deodorant. Now, a friend of mine, a really good friend of mine, has lots of breast cancer in her family, and it's very tragic. And there's been lots of feedback recently about the connection between our deodorants and breast cancer. Our deodorant doesn't contain any aluminium salts or zirconium, which is all the bad stuff and the free radicals that corrupts our cells. And it's just a very clean smelling deodorant, and trust me, if we had our businesses alone just on this product, we'd go out of business very quickly because it lasts such a long time. It's a stick, it's not a spray. I say it smells very clean, and it's just a very fresh product. What else is there? Oh gosh, my favourite moisturising cream. As I say, I was a real brand freak before with products, and I absolutely loved anti-wrinkle cream. I've been using them since I was probably too young to use them, to be honest. And I've spent hundreds of pounds on them. And I love our moisturising lotion. It's got collagen and elastin, natural forming, in it. It's just a great daily moisturiser, but it really helps keep the face nice and supple and really soft, very silky. So now I can show you how we earn an income with Forever. As you can see from this slide, we have some booming sectors we can work within. We've got the vitamins and supplements, beauty sector, and sports and nutrition, which are all worth millions here in the UK, and in fact abroad. Some distributors do like to specialise in one of the three, but personally I do enjoy working within all of them, so it gives us lots more scope for movement. And as you can tell, they're all growing market sectors, and to be honest, with Forever we haven't even really scratched the surface here, even though we have been going for some time now in the UK. So how do we find customers? Well, it is not my job to train you in that field, but just as an example, you could recommend our products to people at work, people at the gym you might interact with. Mums do recommend a lot of our products at school gates when dropping off their children or collecting them, and people you care about, your friends and family. So everyone indeed that you come into contact with is a potential customer. And so recommending and retailing the products to around a customer base of around 20 to 30 people will generate you a part-time income of £200 to £400 a month. If, however, you are looking to build a bigger income, I would recommend building a team, and here I can show you how that works. So it starts with you and maybe 2 people you may already know who would like a similar opportunity, and they find 2 people, who find 2 people, who find 2 people, and so on. And as you can see, it expands, and the number of team members ends up being around 16 and customers 600. So as you can see, it's about lots of people doing a little bit. Here you'd be what we call a manager within the business, and you'd be earning around £800 to £2,000 a month. Now, there's no hierarchical structure like in a corporate business. It's just a name for something we have on our plan, just so you've got building blocks to get to the next level. So now if we can expand our thinking just a little bit, and if you could imagine finding 2 people, let's think of it in 5s. So if you find 5 and those 5 find 5 and so on, you've got an average of 625 team members and 15,600 customers. Now, on the high street, I know any small business would love to have that many customers, but we wouldn't personally be looking after all those customers. It's, again, like about lots of people doing just a little bit. This part really did blow me away when I first saw the business. As I said, when you reach the manager, which is just a stepping stone on the plan within Forever, you actually are able to access a royalty style income. Now, when I first saw this, it confused me a little bit because I'd only ever known royalty from artists or authors or something. But within Forever, if you help other people get to the position of manager and earn a very similar lifestyle to you, more, less, etc., whatever that individual wants, you then get a royalty style income. And you can access that from anywhere within the world. So for instance, if you've got family, friends abroad in another country, you can tap them into the opportunity as well. Show them how to do it, and they can also earn a royalty style income. So as I said, it's all about helping other people to help themselves. And if you help managers, build managers within your team and help them up the plan, your income will gradually get higher and higher. So I'm going to talk you through that now. Now you will see some very large figures. I have to say they are actually on the conservative side, and there are people in the UK and overseas that are earning way above these figures. We're not a get-rich-quick scheme by any means, but if you're prepared to put in some effort and dream really big, you can earn these figures, salaries, and much, much higher. So as you can see from this slide, here's our average earnings for the different stages. As a manager, traditionally you'll get around £20,000 per year. If you then help 2 other people become managers, it will go up to around 35. 5 managers, 60,000. Help 9 managers, 120,000. Help 17 managers, that's £200,000 a year. And 25 is up to our diamond manager position, which is £350,000 per year. And in the world now, we have double diamond managers, the centurion manager. It's like I said before, it's absolutely unlimited earnings. You can honestly choose how much you want to earn and go for whatever you like. We do, however, have multiple income streams, and this slide here shows you the earned incentive programme, commonly and fondly known as the car plan, mainly because most distributors use the money to go and buy a car, but the business just deposits the cash into your account every month and you can do what you like with it. One guy bought a tractor, and it's up to around £6,300 per year for 3 years, and then you can re-qualify it again for it thereafter. This slide made me really happy when I first came to see Forever, as they do love to travel, and they also like to pay for us to go on 5-star travel in lots of different parts of the world. This year it was Hawaii and Sardinia, and next year our global business is coming over to London, which would be really exciting. I'm not sure London's going to know what's hit it. That'll be 20,000 distributors in London at the O2. And then in summer next year it'll be Lake Tahoe in California. So we also don't not only get it paid for, our accommodation, etc., but we do also get the spending money as well if we qualify. As we're a private owned business, our chairman can do whatever he likes with the profits. Luckily for us, he's a very, very generous man, and he likes to share them out every year for those distributors that have worked for it. And that's just a one-off payment on top of everything else. So how do we build a team? Well, everyone you know is a potential team member. You don't know who out there at the moment is looking for an opportunity or an additional top-up income. Graduates, lots of graduates out there at the moment that are struggling to find work, or are in fact in a job but they really don't like it. Lots of stressed out people at work, like that chap there on the right. I know I've seen lots of people that look like that in the corporate world. And those people that are struggling at the moment because they're either at risk of redundancy, have been made redundant, or just are very worried about job security. People looking to top up a pension and young families. So absolutely everyone you know or may come across is a potential team member. And it's my job to show you how to contact them and show them the business presentation. Maybe they'd be looking at a video like this, or they'd come to a face-to-face business presentation, which we hold every day of the week, in every different parts of the country. And then you'd show them if they were interested and how to get started and get going. And that then forms our very simple and very easy to use business cycle. You do not need to have any special talents to join this business and run your own forever business. As you can see, the business wheel is so simple and very easy to use and to teach. So just to recap, the benefits of being with Forever, and to be honest, I've faced so many of them, and another reason why I'm so excited. It's a proven business model, 35 years of running now, consistent growth as you've seen, an uncapped earning potential, and it just gets higher and higher. And there's no limit, there's no ceiling, and no one's ever going to tell you to stop. It's entirely down to you. Willable income, that amazes me, because that means that my children, my children's children, and so on for 3 generations don't have to go out and get a job if they don't want to when I'm gone. There's that security forever then. Total flexibility. I'm currently wrapping this around a full-time job, a partner and a house, and just fitting it in the nooks and crannies of my life. My phone, my iPad, or anything at all have made this so simple to use. It really is so easy and so enjoyable. Full training and support whenever you need it, and massive recognition and appreciation. You'll recognise every single step of the way with Forever, and that's one of the things that I really love about it. So you may be thinking, well, that all sounds great, but will it work for me? If you can answer yes to these questions, then it absolutely will work for you. Will you take it seriously and put in the time and effort that any new venture requires? Are you self-motivated and willing to work closely with and learn from others? Will you embrace change and tell everyone what you're doing? Are you willing to think big, dream big, and set goals? To be honest, that last one is one of the most important ones. As we grow up, we're told no a lot, we stop dreaming, and when you join Forever, you're taught to unhook all of that and learn to think like a kid again, see opportunity everywhere, think and dream massive. And then, to be honest, if you can do that, you can do absolutely anything. So if you like what you see, or indeed if you want some more information or you want to chat to me, please do let me know. If you do want to get registered, you can do it online. I can send you a link to the registration form and you can order your new distributor pack, and then we can book in your business planning meeting. And from there, together we'd work out what you wanted to achieve from what you've seen today, and I could then help you create a business plan, start working towards it, and also planning any training you need. I do just want to say, however, I appreciate the Forever opportunity isn't for absolutely everybody. Not everyone wants to be a doctor or an accountant. So if that is the case, I would just like to thank you for your time. And just that if you do know anybody else that would be interested in something like this, please do give them my details and encourage them to get in touch. And I would also encourage you to look at the products themselves, because they are absolutely amazing. I would like to say a big thanks for your time today, and if you do have any questions, queries, anything at all, please do drop me a line. Feel free to get in touch and we'll go through it together. Alright, thank you.